You were asking about your child tax credit,
Correct.
if you're still going to get that $300.
My dad was doing my income taxes for me.
Now, when we started, we confirmed that you understood the oath that you just took.
Correct.
And the same oath you took yesterday.
Correct.
Okay. And you don't deny that you had $6,000 in cash in your purse the night you were arrested?
No.
You don't deny that your purse with the cash and 4 cell phones were in a plastic tote?
Correct.
You don't deny that that plastic tote was contained in a different plastic tote?
Correct.
You don't deny that your backpack with clothing items was found in a different plastic tote in a different area of that studio?
Correct.
Okay. And you don't deny that you knew you had been charged with involuntary manslaughter?
Correct.
In fact, as early as December the 1st, 2021 at 6:10 p.m., you were talking about how you were being charged with involuntary manslaughter.
That was what I was being told by a family that was texting me. That's what the charges might be announced as. Correct.
Okay, and one is to Mr. Malash. There's a text to your cousin about you are being charged with involuntary manslaughter. You don't deny receiving that.
No, I don't.
That's Wednesday, December the 1st.
Correct.
Right? And you sent your neighbor a message on Wednesday the 1st of 2021, 6:55 p.m., that you were reading, they may charge us.
Correct.
Okay? And December the 2nd, 2021, you wrote, they're saying involuntary manslaughter.
Correct.
You don't deny that?
No.
And of course, you looked at different news articles about that the next day
Yeah.
and later on that day. And then you texted, after all of these messages and news articles, on December the 2nd, 2021 at 2 p.m., we're fucked. You wrote that to Mr. Malash.
Correct.
Okay. And then you wrote announcing charges at noon on December the 3rd, 2021 at 8:17 a.m.
Correct.
And you wrote that to Mr. Malash, you wrote that to Kira, you wrote that to your dad, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you don't deny any of that?
No.
Okay. Now you told us yesterday that you popped 4 Xanax?
I did.
Okay. And your husband popped 4 Xanax?
Correct.
You said you went to bed about 11 o'clock.
It was around that time.
Okay. And the evidence that we have admitted show that you set your alarm for 6:30 a.m. and 6:45 a.m.
I don't know if it was me who set it, but it was set for that time.
Okay. And from the evidence, it shows when it was set too.
Correct.
Okay. And it was set a little after 11 p.m.
Okay. Correct.
Yes? Okay. So, yesterday you said, I want to say it was after 11 about going to bed. I want to say it was after 11, maybe around 11 o'clock when we finally went to bed. I prescribed Xanax for anxiety, and we each took 4 because we knew we were going to turn ourselves in the next day, and we hadn't slept in 4 days, and we just wanted to sleep. The question was, okay, so you each took 4? Your answer, we did. And the next question was, okay, so the next thing, the next piece of evidence we saw that was coming in that art studio, do you recall that? Your answer? I recall my husband screaming, "There's people with guns against in-our-face officers." Question, what were you doing prior to hearing your husband screaming? Answer, we were sleeping. Question, okay, were you aware that there was anything going on? Answer, I was not.
Correct.
That's your testimony.
Correct.
Okay. And you know when you say something that isn't true, that's called a lie.
Correct.
Okay. This is going to be Exhibit 430. Council does have a copy.
Is it
The entire thread.
perfect? No
There you
objection.
go.
Oh, here you go.
Judges of the court have a copy?
Is this today's?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Any objection?
No.
Okay.
Mrs. Crumbley, you knew the police were there.
430 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge.
Not until I woke up. No.
Not until you woke up.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we heard testimony yesterday, or throughout the trial, that 911 was called at 10:43 p.m. You recall that?
Yeah, I saw in the video, correct.
Okay, and on the video, the first officers arrived before 11 p.m.
Correct?
Okay. And either you or your husband, we couldn't tell from the video, but you tell me, was it you or your husband out there smoking?
That was my husband.
Okay. So your husband walks in shortly after the 911 caller walks in the building to call 911.
Correct.
That was on the video.
Correct.
Okay. And officers arrive. And then we've heard testimony from Mr. Kirtley, who had a studio there. We heard testimony from Sergeant Hendrick, who was in the fugitive apprehension team, as well as Corporal Shaw with the Detroit Police SWAT team, about the amount of officers there.
Correct.
You recall that?
I do.
And you recall hearing the testimony that Corporal Shaw's team, their SWAT team, they actually used a 35-pound steel ram to bash in a door at the studio next to where you were at. You recall that testimony?
I do.
Okay. And your testimony was that you were asleep when the officers arrived.
Yes, I was.
Okay. But you had an alarm set for 6:30 in the morning on your phone, and that phone was found powered off, hidden in a tote, contained in a different tote, in a place away from the bed.
Correct.
You don't deny that?
No.
All right. And there are certain messages in 430. I'm going to go through them with you. This is actually to your attorneys. At the time, you had two attorneys. Marielle, this is Jennifer's phone. James and Jennifer are using Jennifer's phone now. That's it. December the 3rd, 2021, 6:04 p.m. Do you recall that?
I don't, but I don't deny it.
Okay, you don't deny it.
No.
Okay. Your next message, the other phone broke. That's December the 3rd, 2021 at 6:04 p.m. The response was, when you can, we would like for you to call us. That was from either Ms. Smith or, at the time, co-counsel Marielle Lane.
Correct.
Your response, I'm sorry, this is from Marielle. Thank you. Shannon is calling you both shortly. Okay. At the top it says to and from. I'll make sure I identify for the record. From Shannon, Marielle and I are going to come get you guys in the morning. We do not think it will help to make a statement that you're coming back now or that it will be tomorrow a.m. We can say that we told everyone you were coming back, and as of tomorrow a.m., you are back. That's Friday, December 3rd, 2021, 7:02 p.m.
Correct.
Right? Okay. So that's after James had already moved the car around and backed into that parking spot.
I believe so.
All right. From Shannon, we can show them that everything we said was going to happen did happen. That's Friday, December 3rd, 2021 at 7:02 p.m. Right?
Right.
Your response, okay, that's at 7:03 p.m. From Shannon, I'm going to drive home from my office right now and call you guys in about 40 to 45 minutes so I can get all the bond factor information written down for Marielle and me. That's Friday, December 3rd at 7:36 p.m.
Correct.
Okay? Your response, okay, we'll be waiting, 7:37 p.m. Shannon, I'm going to call in 1 minute. That's at 8:54 p.m. that Friday night. Your response was okay. Do you recall?
I don't, but I don't deny it.
But you don't dispute the records.
Correct.
The next message you send was, think we might have found, don't know, just heads up, please check. December the 3rd, 2021, 11:14 p.m.
That was written, but I do not believe it was written by me.
Okay, you don't remember. Well, you told us you don't remember any of these text messages. You just
Right.
specifically remember this
I
one?
read through it, but
You don't deny that this was on your phone, what we refer to as the burner or track phone.
correct. We
You don't
were
deny that.
both using that phone at the time because my husband's broke.
Okay. And then you wrote in quick succession, don't know, 11:16 p.m. We might have been found, 11:16 p.m. Laying low, 11:16 p.m. You don't deny that these are the records?
No, I don't.
Okay. Response from Shannon, oh shit. Friday, December 3rd, 2021, 11:16 p.m. Now we know from all of the objective evidence, the testimony, the video, everything that the officers testified to, they were on scene before 11 p.m. You don't deny that?
No, I don't.
You don't deny that there were hundreds of officers on scene?
I don't know how many were on scene.
Okay. How many did you see when you got pulled out of the art studio?
Honestly, I don't know. It all happened so fast. I knew there was more. There was a few. There was more than a few, but not.
You saw the body
hundreds.
camera footage.
Right.
Okay. I do want to make a point so everyone's aware. This exhibit was just made admissible this morning.
Correct.
Okay. So we actually just received it this morning, and when you testified yesterday, you didn't know this exhibit was going to come into evidence.
Correct.
Okay. I want to talk to you now about the night before the shooting.
Okay.
November the 29th, 2021. You had testified that you got into a fight about grades with your son.
Correct.
Okay. Is that because you checked Power School?
Yes.
Okay. During that fight, did you lock your son out of the house?
We did not.
You don't deny that he was outside of the house?
He did walk out of the house. He was upset.
Okay. You told us that you took his phone.
We did.
That's not true, is it?
That is true.
On
We took
November the 29th, 2021, your son filmed a 19-minute video while he was outside describing what he was going to do the next day.
What time was that taken?
10 o'clock.
I don't know if he got it back. I know we took the shooting range away and we took his gun away, so I don't know if he got it back.
Okay. Now, all of the times that you were at the barn, there was nothing stopping you other than you told us he didn't want to go. Right?
Correct.
There's nothing stopping you on November the 30th, 2021 from taking him home.
Correct.
Nothing stopping you. You know, actually, I want to go back to what you just said. You took his gun away.
We took the shooting range away.
You said you took his gun away.
No, I said we took the shooting range away.
Your son could have been with you those 3, 4, 5 times a week when you were at the bar.
He could have, yes.
Your son could have been with you on those times when you were with either Mr. Malash or somebody else.
No.
In the weeknights, he could have been with you after school, after work.
I wasn't with Mr. Malash at those times.
Okay, the other individuals then.
I wasn't with them either at those
Well,
times.
According to the
I
friend finder,
might have messaged people at those times, but I was not with anybody at those times.
he could have been with you on the Halloween party.
He did not want to go. It was a bunch of little kids.
And on November the 30th of 2021 at 12:51 p.m., you could have been with him,
I could have, yes.
and you didn't.
Nope.
Nothing further.
Regret.